Antes tú no querías, ahora yo no quiero. Tranqui, yo perreo sola. Hola mi gente y bienvenidos a Spring Spanish. I'm Paulísima and I'm one of the Spanish teachers at Spring Spanish. Whether you like perrear en el reggaeton, maybe you don't even know what these words mean. Probably you're here because it doesn't matter how hard you try, you still can say things like Paulísima, te traje un ramo de rosas y un carro. Is one of the sounds that are most commonly associated with Spanish, although it is also used in other languages like Russian or Italian. En este video vas a aprender the best tips para lograr hacer el sonido de la R. That's right, I like to keep things simple, so I will not talk about things like
alveolar thrill, place of articulation, alveolar reach.
Seriously, what does that even mean? No, we're not gonna do that. We're going to practice. So probably at the end of this video you will be able to... Empecemos. Antes de continuar, déjame recordarte que en Spring Spanish publicamos una clase nueva cada día de lunes a viernes. Subscribe to our channel para no perderte de ningún video. With that being said, I want to tell you something. This video is super special because I'm going to introduce to you somebody that is super dear to me and who, just like you, still can't. Primero, un par de cosas que considerar. Punto número 1. You can learn. Keep in mind that doing this sound is not a superpower. I'm a native Spanish speaker and I had to learn it. Some native Spanish speakers do struggle to get this sound, and there's actually a condition called rhotacism where the speaker is just unable to do this. But it's not so common, so don't worry. And chances are you don't have it. And even if you did, listen, never lose sight of the goal. The goal is to be able to communicate in Spanish. It doesn't matter if you can perfectly, you're still bilingual, okay? So who cares? Anyway, like I just said, the R sound is a learned thing. And it's probably one of the last sounds that we learn when we are learning to speak Spanish, as kids. And if you don't believe me, then let me introduce you that someone special I told you about. Let's hear from this little one.
Hola, yo soy Samuel, soy sobrino de Paulísima.
Did you hear that? He can't even make the sound of the soft R. He says sobrino with an L, sobrino instead of sobrino, which means nephew. How cute and adorable is that? Samuel, ¿Santa Claus te trajo un carrito verde o un carrito rojo?
El carro es de color rojo.
Samuel, ¿cuál es el apodo de Rodrigo?
El apodo de Rodrigo es Rorro.
You see, this little guy, Samuel, has been speaking Spanish for at least 3 years and he's fully immersed and he still can't rrr, but he will learn and so will you. Next thing to consider, R or R is not R. Punto número 2. Recuerda que la R en español se comporta diferente que la R en inglés. Aunque tengan el mismo símbolo, even if they share the same symbol, they just don't sound the same, ¿ok? Así que olvídate del sonido R. If you need a refresher about the pronunciation of the Spanish alphabet, check out Mariana's video on that subject. It's very good. La R en español tiene dos sonidos. Uno suave en palabras como caro, quiero, quiero. You hear that? It's a very soft sound. To get that soft R sound, you can think about the way many Americans pronounce words like butter or better. You know that like a D sound that comes from a double T? Yeah, think about that. It's like butter or better. That, which to me sounds like a D, it's very similar to the soft R sound in Spanish. Let's practice. Ra, re, ri, ro, ru. Ra, re, ri, ro, ru. Remember, think D or double T in a very American accent. Now you can sing along a Mexican rock classic. Sara. Sara, 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 sararara, Sara, 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 sararara. Practiquemos con las siguientes frases. Me parece caro. Me parece caro. A comer, beber, bailar y gozar que el mundo se va a acabar. Stay with me. It's very important that you get this right. So don't say me parece caro, okay? Es me parece caro. Don't say a beber, gozar y bailar que el mundo se va a acabar, okay? No, we don't want that. We want a comer, beber, bailar y gozar que el mundo se va a acabar. Now, the other sound of letter R en español es el thrill sound, the R one, the one that it's more difficult for Spanish learners. Aparece en palabras como rato, risa, carro. Now, notice how to get that thrill sound. The R must be at the beginning of the word or in the middle, but when it's in the middle, it has to be a double R. Now, let's go into the tips to learn how to roll your R's. Número 1. Get the feeling on your lips first. Miss Terry, aka Frances, makes a great point when she says that you can start to get a feel of how the R is going to work by making this sound. Yeah, do it with your lips. Like a horse. If you do this, you will see that you are very, very capable of vibrating. So yeah, you do that at the beginning to get, the feel. I'm pretty sure that you can do this. So you see when you do that, you can feel some air passing and you can see that to achieve that, you can only do it when your lips are fairly relaxed. And the same thing is going to happen in your tongue when you do the Número 2. Get your tongue ready. So do a lot of repetitions of the soft R sound, like better, butter, better, butter, better, butter, better, butter. Say like a gazillion times. You can also do some repetitions of the following syllables in Spanish. Ra, re, ri, ro, ru, or with D. Dra, dre, dri, dro, dru, or with T. Dra, tre, tri, tro, tru. Better butter, better butter, better butter. Número 3. Now that you know that you're capable of vibrating and you have mastered the soft R sound, you can do the following. I know that it works because I have seen my students of all levels applying this trick and, they've been successful at it. And also, YouTube's own Elisa, not Elisa, has already taught thousands of people to roll their R's using this very same trick. Are you ready? No te rajes, eh? Chunk alert! Yeah, no te rajes. It's a Mexican saying. It literally means don't crack open, but we mean don't back down. This Mexican expression is a chunk. A chunk is some word combination or pre-made phrase that native speakers use all the time, and then you can copy them to sound more natural when you're speaking Spanish without having to think about any grammar rules. No te rajes. I love this Mexican saying. Anyway, so no te rajes because we're about to start and get very real about your R's. So the trick is that you gotta double the soft R sound, making a tiny pause between each iteration. So instead of saying no te rajes, we'll say no te rajes. You see that? No te rajes. That's why it was very important to get the soft R sound perfect, because we're doubling it. We're saying no te rajes. No te rajes. Let's practice with chunk alert. Another beautiful chunk of Spanish. Qué rico. Qué rico. You can use this chunk to talk about how great your food is, or, in general when you're experimenting pleasure, with food, or any other ways you can experience pleasure. So we're not gonna go right away for qué rico. We're going to do qué rico. Qué rico. Let's do a little recap. Number 1, master the soft R sound. Number 2, double the soft R sound like this. Qué rico. Qué rico. The idea is that eventually when you are doing this, when you're doubling the soft R sound, your tongue is gonna get used to it, and the tiny pause that you're making between the two syllables is gonna get smaller and smaller, and before you notice, you're gonna be rrr. Now, try this 3 times per day. Number 1, say better butter, like an American. And then say this like 5 times. No te rajes, no te rajes, or qué rico, qué rico. Muy bien, now you're on the right track to rrr as many times as you want. Let me know in the comment section how it went. And don't get discouraged if you don't get it right immediately. Learning a new language is supposed to be fun, so don't suffer it. I'm competent in English and I still struggle with it a lot because it has so many sounds that we don't have in my native Spanish. For us, the English R is difficult. In the next video, you will find out the most common pronunciation mistakes, so to avoid them, click on the image that just appeared to check it out right now. I will see you there. This was Paulísima y fue un placer estar con ustedes. Hasta la próxima. Remember to subscribe to the Spring Spanish YouTube channel, like this video and share it with anyone interested in learning Spanish for good.